So today I'm going to be sharing with you my Winter 2019 Biannual Bibliothon TBR. So the Biannual Bibliothon is my favorite readathon. It was the very first readathon I ever participated in, and it means so much to me. I'm so excited for the next round. I believe this is my 4th time doing the readathon, or my 5th time. I don't know, but I'm so excited. It's always such a great time, and I cannot wait for it to start. The first challenge is to read the group book, which is Empress of All Seasons by Emiko. So I'm not sure if I want to read this book during the readathon. I did check it out from the library. I'm not sure. You remember when it first came out, I was really excited about reading it. I believe it's diverse fantasy, so I will see if I read this book or not. I also am going to be using this to fulfill the challenge of read a book by an author you've never read before. The challenge is read one of the host's 5-star reads, and I'm also going to be combining this book with another challenge, which is read an adult book. The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Jenkins Reid. Okay, so I cheated and I'm already halfway through this audiobook. I know! I didn't mean for this to happen, I swear. Okay, so I knew the audiobook was good, but I wasn't sure if I wanted to listen to the audiobook or not. So I started listening to the audiobook and I said, you know what? I'm just gonna listen to one chapter of the audiobook and we'll see how it goes. If I like the audiobook, I'll stick to the audiobook. If not, I'll go check out the physical book from the library. And the thing about this book is that there aren't really chapters. There's no chapter numbers or chapter titles. There's times in the book where there's just a new chapter. And if you're listening to the audiobook, it just feels like the book is just like continuous, that has no chapters. There are times where it does kind of stop. Overall, it feels like there are no chapters. So the second I was like, I'm gonna listen to the first chapter, I just kept listening for the end of the first chapter, but there was never an end of the first chapter because there is no first chapter. And so I just kept listening and listening and listening, and I got halfway through the book and I'm absolutely obsessed with this book. Oh my god, it's absolutely amazing. I haven't read a book this good in so long. I've been wanting to stay up reading all night. I've loved everything about this book. It's so thought-provoking. It's made me think about so many things. And Evelyn Hugo just feels like a real person. I just want to go up to somebody and be like, oh my god, that rumor about Evelyn Hugo that you heard about, it's true. I just want to do that, but guess what? Evelyn Hugo is not real, but she feels so real, and this book is absolutely amazing. I really want the Biannual Bibliothon to start already so I can listen to this audiobook. I'm loving it so much, and I know it's going to be a 5-star read for me as well, and it's definitely going to be one of my favorite books when I'm done with it. Next challenge is to read a book that got you into reading. Now, this challenge was really hard for me. The thing is, I never had a book that got me into reading. I've seriously loved reading ever since I first learned how to read. When we first learned how to read in, like, I think 1st grade, I was in love with reading. I thought reading was the coolest thing ever because you could read a book and you could be transported to a whole other world. There was no book that really got me into reading. I've literally always been a reader. There's never been a time in my life where I didn't love books. And so this challenge was so hard. I was reading the comments and one of the hosts said to read a book that was significant in your reading journey. So I thought of a lot of books for this, and I ended up deciding on The Princess Diaries by Meg Cabot, the very first book in the series. I loved the movies as a child. They were such a big part of my childhood, and in middle school I started reading all of the books. Reading Meg Cabot's books, I had never felt this kind of like obsessive love for an author before the way I had for Meg Cabot. I think that book was significant in my reading journey. I love Meg Cabot to this day. She's one of my top 5 favorite authors of all time, and I'll always love Meg Cabot. I think I read the very first book, the Princess Diaries series, like so long ago. And last year I read the last book in the series, The Royal Wedding. So I'm so excited to go back to the beginning and see where it all started, knowing how it all ends. Also, it's the perfect book to read for a readathon. I love Meg Cabot so much that I would devour all of her books. I would never be with a Meg Cabot book for more than a day or 2 because that's how much I loved her books. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be the same. Combine your favorite genre with your least favorite format or the opposite. Now for this one, I'm going to go with the opposite. So my least favorite genre is middle grade fiction, and my favorite format is physical copies. So for this, I'm going to be going with My Year of Epic Rock. This is a middle grade book, and originally I was going to read this for Diversity Bingo. I still haven't finished Diversity Bingo of 2017, I know, but this book is about this girl. She's in middle school and she joins a rock band, and she also has like a fatal, deafening anaphylactic, I forget what the word is, allergy. It's super short, so it's perfect for a readathon. What I'm gonna be reading. And then last but not least, read a book with a cover you don't like. For this, I'm gonna be reading the 4th book in the Lux series, Lux Origin. But I've talked a lot about the Lux series on my channel. I don't like the covers at all. They are so ugly. But the good thing about this series is that they're really quick, fast reads. So I think this is the perfect book to choose for the readathon. This is book 4, Origin. So I'll definitely be reading that during the readathon. So for this video, I hope you enjoyed. Comment down below if you're participating in the Biannual Bibliothon. What are you reading? Let me know. My social media links are all down below. My Twitter, my Bookstagram, my Goodreads. Arrivederci!